On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, we're here with a new project and one that I'm pretty excited about. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Chair Go, and today we're here with, if you don't already know from the truck, Westen Champlin. And he brought me a broken police car.
Dude, I bought a whole police department. And the problem is, out of the whole police department, only one of the things I bought runs. Well. And this one, every time you hook up the battery, it blares in your ear, and it doesn't start, but it kind of cranks, but sometimes it don't crank. Yeah, I don't know.
I was super excited about this as soon as I heard about it. We were going to the Corvette thing and talking about this, and I was like, my subscribers definitely want to see a Panther car that doesn't run.
Yeah, and then once we make it run, we can jump it.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's that.
That's perfect.
His subscribers just went, oh no!
Let's unload this beast.
So I will be honest, you gotta have a battery hooked up to it to get it in neutral. I was a bit in a hurry, so I just winched it on.
Got the jump pack for you.
Yeah, if you got a jump pack.
Oh, well, you winched it on and
yeah, I winched it on.
I see the mud.
Yeah. Dude, when you get some mud underneath the back tires, they come on real easy.
Yeah, that's no doubt. Look at that.
Jokes is, I don't even have no keys in this car.
You don't have keys either?
No, there's keys.
Oh, okay. I'll grab a jump pack and we'll be good to go.
Tell him to do it again.
I was like, it's gonna go too far.
No, it's perfect, right? Look how close, look, it's perfect.
It's literally in line and everything.
Hey, look at that. Is that not just perfect?
Yeah, honestly, I felt like we were gonna go in the garage.
I was hoping.
Welcome to the trailer games. That's what's going on here.
I think you should try it again, personally.
It's still barely
I put a lot of pressure on that now.
I can get in there now and we'll get it done.
Now the trailer's
got a lot of pressure on it at the moment. You want to stand on that, see if that...
Hold on, how high?
Here, jump on it. There it goes. Yeah. Got it. All right, turn the wheel that way just a smidge. Do little easy loader right there.
Yeah.
You ready for this? Go ahead and set it down. Hold on, give me a second. Let me. You just stay right there. You hang on. What are you doing? I'm unloading the car, obviously.
Hey, we do have the jump pack if you want.
Oh no, don't worry, I got it.
All right.
It's like FedEx Express. Keep going, you're good.
Honestly, that worked better than anything I've ever seen.
Roger 1 2.
Oh, I see, you did cut some wires.
Yeah, it was like blaring in my ear, and I'm like chop, and just start cutting things.
So what happened?
Well, I bought it, I got it home, figured out it beeps at you instead of starts. Like the siren goes off in your face. And I don't know, I think it might be like an immobilizer thing.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I got it to crank, and then I beat on the fuel tank with a hammer because I thought maybe the fuel pump wasn't working. I never got that to work, so. Hold on, let me try it.
Yeah, see if we can get it a new trail.
I don't think the light's working.
The battery's
Shake one leg while doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the battery's a little dead.
A little bit.
Yeah.
What kind of battery is that?
Well, it had a new one in it, but then another battery and something else I had went dead.
That's one of those.
So, then this one went missing.
This is one of those Ghost series batteries.
Yeah.
Brand new.
That's the kind of battery you have when you live in a bad neighborhood.
Exactly. Do all this, I bring it up here and it fires right up. Oh, look, it does have neutral.
I tried to fire right up, it doesn't even crank.
Yeah.
Whole car shuts off.
Oh, it's got 176, by the way.
Radio works.
76?
How do you feel about
They
that?
lied to me.
Well, to be fair, the other one we bought said it had a lot more and it only had 30,000.
Yeah, the other one I bought said it had 120 on it. It had 30,000.
So they're just getting the average.
They're just
right
throwing numbers at you.
Oh, you want this to go all the way in? I promise, officer, I won't do it again. If your car wasn't such a piece of junk.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move the S10.
Do we?
This thing's 37 feet long.
Got that turning radius of 2 Titanic strapped end to end.
We got the Crown Vic unloaded. Now what Weston really came up here for was to borrow my scissor lift. And he's got some really cool stuff that you guys are probably gonna see someday soon. but he needed another scissor lift to do some work. And I was like, come get mine, dude. It's just sitting here. So we're gonna load that up on his trailer, and he should be good to go soon. Well, that only took 1 second, but Weston here is on top of the technology game. We were talking about Comma AI because it's in the Volt, and look at that. Now it's in his Dodge.
It actually does really well, except for like 1 or 2 times. This thing is way wider than most lanes.
Yes.
And it just rides the white line. I'd rather ride the white line than the yellow line.
Yes.
But it's never ran off the road.
I'm impressed, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing like...
And I can pull a trailer
You
with
can
it.
pull a trailer and the truck drives itself home.
Yeah, I know. It's perfect.
Amazing.
If I want to just take a nap or something, I haven't tested that out yet, but I'm hoping that works.
As soon as you close your eyes, it stops driving.
Really?
Yeah. Close your eyes for like 10 seconds, it'll beep.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm sure. It'll say pay attention, then it'll start screaming, and then it'll stop.
I've like looked away from it like purposefully.
Yeah.
It might be the one that I downloaded just because I downloaded like some beta thing.
Oh yeah, you should be running the beta. But if you just put your head down like this for a minute, which is what I've tried, you know, just kind of ready to catch it, it'll stop. The scissor lift mission has been accomplished. Now, let's figure out what's going on with this Crown Vic. So first things first, we got to get a battery in here, and then I brought the Autel, we're gonna hook that up to this, see what it has to say about the no start condition, see if the computer is even asking it to crank, and then of course, we could jump the starter relay and see what happens after that. We should check the oil too. Who knows how long it's been sitting, what's been going on with this thing. And after we get through those things, we'll have an idea of where to go next. So let's get a battery, get it thrown in this thing, and get to work on it. Also, I want to get the siren working again. I want to hook that back up and figure out why it was going off instead of the starter. That's crazy that the main siren, it's right there. You can see the horns. There's the 100-watt siren right down there. It's that giant speaker. Let's see. There you go. Now it's a lot easier to see. Oh yeah, the wires are definitely cut going to that thing. We'll get that sorted out as well because we do need the siren to work. It is a cop car. What's the point without the siren? And for some reason, this 80-amp breaker here is tripped. And this looks like, based on it going into the fender and towards the back, that it runs to the lighting control unit. Okay, honestly, getting this running is not that important to me. Making the police stuff work is. I have a bunch of this at home. I love it. And Weston actually has done a little bit of work on it. It looks like he did a fuel pump, and that's what came out of the tank. That is nasty. So there's another chance that could be part of the problem. Look at all the wiring. The wiring has corroded completely through. There's nothing left on the insulation there. He did say he checked the inertia switch too, and that wasn't the issue. Even tried jumping it. So that should be just fine. And of course here is what I was talking about. This is the, it looks like the lighting control. 6 output, 90 watt, 12 flash patterns. Galileo strobe power supply. So this should be the strobes, and it may also flash lights inside the tail lights, like you know, the incandescents and the strobes. Let's get this thing back into police mode. Obviously we'll get it running, and the first time we get it running, we need to be out doing police things. on private property, don't worry. Something on this car pulls a ton of power when it turns on. Maybe it's the radio, and maybe it's not. So let's get the AC turned off there. Everything else kind of seems to work. Let's see if it cranks. It doesn't even try. As soon as you turn on the ignition there, we'll cycle it one more time. See if that's... I don't see a mobilizer either. All right, the Autel is scanning. It looks like we got a VIN. Hit okay here. There's your old police VIN for you. Canada, eh? We got a 2 in front of that VIN, so if I remember right, 2's Canada, 3's Mexico. 1, of course, is the United States. 46 federal emissions. All right, let's get this thing going on its scan, and then we're gonna take a quick look around. So this has the Carson SC409 Commander for lights and sirens there. And it has the other police things like the giant trunk release in the middle of the dash. Auto scan, here we go. And power pedals. Now it looks like this had some stupid aftermarket security system. What on earth were you doing, police department, putting an aftermarket security system on here? What's this? Ooh, also, I think that's also the trunk release. Let's see, it makes the same sound as the trunk release. Okay, so there's 2 trunk releases. Everything else does seem to work here. I didn't kick off my fault scan. All right, 5 powertrain faults. And we just hooked the battery up. And I started looking under the dash because I couldn't find the OBD2 port. It's buried on this thing way over there on like some kind of different bracket. And there's another fuse box right here, which I think must be a police thing, right under the dash. Ooh, here's a button. I don't hear anything. And I looked under the dash and there's a rat's nest with some boxes and a bunch of wires, so that's always good to see. Drive-by wire pedal, that's always nice. But if you look up in here with me, you'll see these relays, random grounds that are picked up, and some cut wires. So I'm guessing this aftermarket security system is probably keeping this thing from starting. And is that a wire to nowhere right there? It sure does look like it is. So that's fun and interesting. We got to figure out what's going on with that. There's a good chance an aftermarket security system is keeping this from starting. Who knows though? Who knows? We also, more proof of our security system is the siren right here. You can see Weston did cut the wire to it. I'd actually like to hook that up. It might give me some ideas of what's going on. This must be hood open, if I had to guess. It sure looks like a hood open sensor for aftermarket security, using like a magnetic or mercury tilt switch or some kind of weird stuff. First things first, I want to hook up that wire to the siren right there. I think that'll really help us answer the question of what's going on. This thing is still scanning, like 5 minutes later. One of the longest scans I've ever seen for a domestic. Let's find out if this is the magic we were hoping for all along. Oh, look at that, we got lights on the console! It's upset. I think this is the low battery warning. PA volume. I got it to crank! Already, it's cranking. It also just fired. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there was one little bump out of this thing. For some reason, the scanner locked up on me completely. We're gonna scan this again here and see if we can get this fixed. All right, I think we go check for fuel now. I don't hear a pump. We're gonna get it, but I'm already excited that I got it to crank. So back to scanning again, run diagnostics, just give me the powertrain codes. For some reason, it pulled a report, but it gave me no powertrain codes, and I know they're there. I know they're there. So if we can get an idea on that, and also check for fuel pressure. Fuel pressure is obviously the next thing. It turns over. I really didn't do anything except keep messing with it. I wonder if resetting that breaker I just did, I don't know. But I haven't really done anything. I just started messing with it, like I said, and we're making progress. Crank is good. So I don't know if the ECU commands crank or if the key is connected directly to the starter relay like old cars. Obviously now they don't do that anymore, but we'll figure it out. We should know here in a minute. We're scanning the PCM again. So, trouble codes, give them to me. I hate Fords. No other car does this, and it's a joke. What a joke. Ford acts like you can't clear DTCs while the car's running and driving down the road. It acts like the key needs to be in different positions and the engine needs to be... All of this is nonsense. Make your ECUs normal. And honestly, I think they did. I think all this old stupidity is gone now. So, what do you want the cooling fan for? It's 40 degrees out here. You guys hear that turn on? It's like, what? Anyway, also, like I said, the code scan's too slow. We'll get there. We should be there in just a minute, and I'll go get a screwdriver so we can check for some fuel pressure here. I'm not kidding you guys, this took forever. Anyway, here's our list of codes. All throttle position sensor, a couple random O2 things, and cylinder head temp, that's kind of a weird one. Check not complete since last memory clear, and a lot of throttle position sensor stuff. So we're gonna clear it and watch it start. No one cares, just clear it. This is like a 2010 Crown Vic, which is coming up on the end of the run for these cars, and it's when they were the best they ever were, even if the ECUs weren't great. It has a fuel pressure sensor, so I can't ask for more. I don't even have to go hit a Schrader valve and get gas all over me. All I have to do is jump in here and scroll down to the Fs, probably, I'm just guessing, and we have electronic throttle, fuel level, fuel rail pressure. Oh, I think we don't have any fuel. Fuel pump fault. We have no fault. We have plenty of fuel. As you can see, the values are 0 to 100. We've got 55%. That does match the fuel gauge as well. Fuel rail pressure in kilopascals is 2.13, and it can be between 0 and 700. Rail pressure and voltage there from the sensor, so that's telling us the sensor does work, is very bad. So 5 volts is probably all the pressure, 0 volts is probably none of the pressure, and pressure desired is 413 kilopascals. Let's see what happens when we crank here. So key off, obviously it all stops responding, and now we are back in and cranking. That's very, very bad. That is absolutely not what we want to see. We want to see fuel fogging into that rail, which means if I just take a hose and shove it in here with a gas can, we can probably make it run right now. But we're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna make the pump work. So, troubleshooting step next. Find a Schrader valve, open this thing up, and double check. But I do think there's no fuel. Don't let me down, 4.6. You're supposed to be the best of the 4.6s there ever was. Ever was. I'm about to do this my way, which is where you just pop the quick disconnect and let it drain all over. Okay, we've got the fuel pressure sensor. I pulled the two 8s out of there that hold that on. Eric's in the car. You can see we had some mice. I don't think that's any of the problem here though. All the wires look like they work. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the sensor. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's nasty. The fuel is brown. Go ahead and turn the key on. That's not a good sign. Maybe go ahead and try to crank it. One bump. Oh, you can keep cranking for a second. Nope. Nothing. Nothing at all. It didn't even try to. It should have been overflowing with fuel.
4.09.
The pressure sensor? It was out of the car, so that must be measuring like actual atmospheres.
Well, the bottom number, the V is 0.5.
Okay, we definitely have a problem here. And hit the horn for me. There's a connector unhooked. I hear the relay for the horn. Try again. Oh, look at that. I can't make. Try again. Good. We got the horn fixed. We got to hook everything back up that Westen unhooked. That's my goal. So there's no power to the controller for the strobes in the rear. And that controls that. And also, let me hook up the siren again, and we should have that back too. All right. Nothing? Really? I hooked the siren up. What you want here is just this is the air horn. The Mm-hmm. And if you click that, nothing happens?
Nope.
Oh, come on. Try it out. All I did was stick one fuse back in the amplifier. There's our intersection clear.
You know your car, sir.
He can't pull over anymore! Pull the vehicle over! We're gonna remake Super Troopers. We're gonna make Super Troopers 3.
That's manual.
Manual. What else do we have? Nothing. So it's alarming on all of those ones, and I think it could be they just cut the wires to the takedown bar here, and I think it's all shorted out. It looks horrible up there. All you need in life is this. Honestly, I'm gonna put one of these in my car just so I can have this.
What's cycler?
That should be the different lighting patterns. Takedowns the roof bar. These are the directional air indicators on the roof bar. One of these is like the area light, large area light, front area light or something. Oh, that's nothing. Oh, look at that. PA volume. Check it out. Mm-hmm. Can you? That's the best part right there. Well, I'm glad we got that sorted out. That was pretty important. Now if we can just get the fuel pump to turn on. Time to do some more diagnosing. We're doing good on diagnosing so far. It cranks. We know there's no fuel. So all we have to do is just keep grinding. Since it seems like we have no power to the fuel pump, we're gonna try to force it. Let's see. It does not power on. And I don't even hear the relay pulling in. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I can hear the relay.
It's under the hood.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Let's try to jump it. Okay, give me fuel pump power. Ooh, off. You can actually hear that's coming from the fuel pump itself. It's like locked up in the tank. You got a hammer and I'll try to get underneath it, and I got a hammer. Check it out. I brought tools.
No. The tools are in here.
I brought these in the truck. Can we fix this with a hammer? That's today's question. There's a chance. There's a chance we fix it. Yeah, just barely. It seems like the noise is actually above it. Go ahead and hit it. I hear something turning on and off. I'm just not quite sure what. We'll give it a couple of raps with the hammer here and see what happens. So, obviously not a lot of room, but nothing. Oh. Just turn it on and leave it on.
It went from the bottom of the bowl to the top of the bowl.
It's on still? I wonder if there's a wiring issue here. There's definitely a connector up here I can't quite get to. Oh, it's this connector here is the fuel pump. I made it run! Okay, go ahead one more time. Go ahead. Oh, did you shut it off? Okay, go ahead. Hit it. The air. I can squeeze the trigger on the air to give it throttle. All right, I'll give you that back. All right, it's got to be a fuel pump. All that work, got to be a fuel pump. So we have tested the inertia switch and we jumped it. And of course that made no change. We still hear that clicking in the tank. It just goes click, 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 click. And you can hear the motor like wants to run, I think, and it just won't run. What else? We powered it obviously with the tablet. We're turning it on and off with live test and checked all the fuses. We checked the relays up here, fuel pump relay, this one, horn, fuel pump. And we swapped relays too to make sure. And you know, no change there. The relays are incredibly hot. They are running. So I think it's actually pulling a ton of power. So we've got power all the way to the back. We know we got power at least all the way to the inertia switch here. And of course we jumped that and you know, no change. And we did trip the inertia switch, reset it. That's all good. So we know everything is good. Even it's probably all good all the way to there. There's a fuel pump wiring right there coming through the trunk. So next step, we're gonna jack this thing up, change the pump, and then we're gonna drive it back down to Weston. Oh, and of course we fixed the siren. I just have to fix the lights. We gotta have the strobe lights. That's high on our priority list. This is ethanol or something. It's nasty. It is nasty. Yeah. I think it's E85. This is a flex fuel car.
It probably would, the fuel pump would probably be fine.
If it wasn't
unleaded.
Yes.
Since it ran 85%.
Yes, absolutely. E85 is amazing, but oh boy, is it junk when you let them sit. All right, we'll put our fuel pressure sensor back in, tighten that up. Well, that's it. We're gonna buy another fuel pump. It's crazy that Weston just did a fuel pump and it turns out it's a fuel pump. It might have been the E85, who knows, but we're gonna drop the tank in the next episode because it's gonna take a little bit of work. We're gonna have to get this car in the air. Getting the tank out of this looks pretty tricky, and we're gonna go from there. So, good progress. We went from doesn't crank to all of the siren action works, runs, and the horns work again. We're gonna get everything working again on this car. And obviously, before we take it back to them, we're gonna make the lights work. And that's the thing that I'm most excited about. We might even de-decal it, because the decals just look kind of wrecked since it says sheriff, but the sheriff lettering's gone. We gotta fix that. Heat gun. All right, we'll unhook this thing so we don't burn anything down. And That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjargo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. When we get to go do police things. I'm excited about this. Oh yeah, we gotta do that other important thing. Eric found a squirrel's nest in the bottom of the air filter there. We gotta do that one other thing before we get out of here. Hey, text Weston Champlin. I've got a Crown Vic for sale, $8,000. Weston Champlin runs and drives.
Makes cool noises.
There we go. Yeah, that ought to take care of it. All right, let's get out of here.
Cold.
It is cold.
You can see my own breath from over it.